Hi, we're Patriot Racing from Bob Jones High School in Madison, Alabama. We have 3 cars. We're a red team, also known as car number 5. Hi, I'm Max McGee, and I'm a senior. This year, I'm a team lead for Red Team. Our team is composed of 7 people, from freshmen to seniors. We have many roles on the team, such as mechanic, driver, media, and I'm the team lead. New members go through a strict interviewing process. We require everyone to sign an NDA. This is our 9th year racing. Throughout the years, we've taken home many first places and many national championships. We keep teams small to ensure everybody has a role. This encourages people to move outside of their comfort zones.
At the beginning of each season, we try to get an inventory of things like tubes, tires, and batteries because we know it can take a while for things to come in. Similar to inventory, we decide which races we're going to go to because the races and hotels can get expensive. We also decide which projects, upgrades, and consumables we want to do before each season so that we can allocate the budget accordingly. Because of all the expenses we have, we need to assemble a budget at the beginning of each season.
Each year we have $450 in student dues, and scholarships are available to those who need it. We strive to have a positive relationship with our sponsors. We do this by sending out constant updates and holding public speaking events.
We have 4 areas of success that help our team become better, smarter, and faster. The first area of success is wheel alignment. Our old technique for wheel alignment was a technique where we used long boards and we attached it to the wheel, and then we aligned the wheels to whatever angle we wanted. That was not very accurate and really not very repeatable because we had to use a lot of people, took a lot of time, and again, not as accurate. But now we use a low-cost method where we use lasers and we attach them to the car, and with the help of an alignment board that we make, we align the lasers more accurately. With the new laser alignment system, it only takes 2 people and is a much quicker way to align the car on race day. We don't know how the lasers will work long term, as the lasers may burn out and the glue might melt or shift.
Our second point is tire pressure. We need to decide between low tire pressure and high tire pressure. Low tire pressure could allow us to absorb bumps, while high tire pressure reduces rolling resistance. Bumps could be absorbed with suspension, but that's a big modification. This season, we are trying to measure which is best. We will do this by A/B testing. Both cars will be set up the exact same, except for tire pressure, and we will compare the two. We will look at the lap times and laps completed, along with data from our telemetry system. We hope to share this information so other teams will be able to use it to tune their cars.
Our third area of success is motor temp. The motors we have are meant to be operated at certain temperatures, but since we operate them at higher temperatures due to running them for longer, the heat makes the motors less efficient. There's a correlation between efficiency and temperature. Usually temperature goes up, electrical resistance goes up, meaning losses. We need to find a way to cool down the motors without sacrificing our battery energy. Newer motors have holes on the sides so that we might be able to add a fan to it, but that fan will require energy from somewhere. Older style motors are enclosed, and we think that heat sinks would be ineffective. This season, we will test closed heat sink versus open airflow and fan.
Our fourth point is aerodynamics. There are 4 types of drag on the car: rolling resistance, aerodynamics, weight, and mechanical losses. Rolling resistance is determined by tire pressure, driver weight, and tire type. There are many variables. Mechanical resistance is the friction in the chain, wheels, and bearings. To improve aero, we are going to focus on 4 nose cone designs and determine which is best. We are doing this because it is fast and easy to simulate versus spending the money to create 4 different nose cones. We will design the nose cones in a CAD modeling software. After modeling, we will test it in a simulation. We might be able to optimize the size of the nose cone after the results of the test. After we get the data, we plan to share how we tested and some of the designs so that other teams can use them and do their own tests.
As a former Patriot Racing alumni put it best, it's not about winning or losing, it's about knowing why. We have a limited time and a limited budget, so we need to invest in what we think will work. We have a student-built telemetry system so that we can go back and review the data from race day. We also collect data by reviewing other teams' data and comparing it to our own.
There are three main areas we collect data from. These are speed, accelerometer, and GPS. The first data point we will talk about is speed. We measure real RPM using an infrared pulse sensor attached to the axle. We use the equation velocity equals RPM times radius. We know the wheel radius, and we measure the RPM so we can easily get the car velocity. We display this to the driver and save it to an SD card so that we can use the data later on.
We collect data from our accelerometer, which we just got this year and added to our telemetry system. This is a small device that plugs right into our telemetry system so that we can correlate the G-force to certain spots on the track. When we get this data, we will examine the X movement to see if the tire pressure is affecting us and the Z movement to see how the cars are taking corners. The sensor is still new and sensitive. We are still experimenting with its settings, such as the read rates, limits, and noise filtering. The third area we collect data from is GPS or track position. We use a simple GPS sensor that will receive longitude and latitude 2 times per second. Unlike a phone GPS or GoPro GPS, we can also record motor power, energy, RPM, volts, amps, and temperature. We do this because it helps us see the driver's racing lines, when the driver let off the gas, and the volt draw across the track. This data can help us train drivers and tune our cars in the future.
We have a busy year testing new things. We hope to share our data so that other teams can continue to be more competitive in the future. Thank you for your time, and a special thanks to our sponsors.